This is Valerie Sinaba from Freedom for All Academy. In today's video, I want to cover the topic of, do you have a system to make an income? So I'm doing this video in my kitchen today because there is a reason, and you will find out in a few minutes. First, let me go back to the PowerPoint, and we're gonna cover the topic of, do you have a system to make an income? And as we go through this, you will see yourself that a lot of people, we have system we follow to make income. First, let's talk about what is a system. So a system is basically the definition of this system, if you want, is save yourself time, energy, and money. Because whatever you do, if you don't have a system, you will be wasting maybe a lot of time, because you will do things, repeat things in order to get to the result you're looking for. You may have to try over and over, wasting your time, your money, your energy. But if you have a system, you follow the system, you get to the result much quicker than if you don't. So let me use analogy with my daughter. That's the reason I'm doing this video in my kitchen. She's 14, but 2 years ago, at 12 years old, she started doing cake, and she was doing it here in our kitchen. What she was doing, and at first I was really surprised about the cake she was able to produce, to bake. But once I figured out, actually I understood that she was using a system. She was using a recipe to bake a cake, and she was just following it step by step. And at the end of the day, she had a cake made for us, and it was beautiful. She's still doing it here in our kitchen. So this came to the same thing as making money. What is your system to make money? There are 4 ways of making money. The cash flow quadrant, a book from Robert Kiyosaki, explains that there are 4 quadrants that people are making money from. So there is E, there is S, B, and I. If you have a job, you're working for someone, you're working somewhere, you are on the left side, which is in E section, which is for employee. So you have a job. If you are self-employed, you work for yourself, you own a job because it's your stuff, you're doing your thing to make money. Now, the right side of the quadrant, that's more about passive income. You have a business, that's the B quadrant. You own a business, you have a system, and that system helps you to make income. Or in the I quadrant, which is for investor, that's where your money is working for you. Let's go just deeper here and look at the details about those 4 quadrants. The cash flow quadrant from Robert Kiyosaki. And there is a book for that. I recommend to get that book. Actually, I will put the link below so you can get it from my link through Amazon. So in the E quadrant, the employee quadrant, you have a job and there is no leverage. No leverage because you have to exchange your time to make money. If you don't show up, you don't go to work, maybe you have vacation time or you have sick time, but eventually you will run out all those time, and if you don't go to work, you don't show up, you don't go to the wherever you have to go to work, you don't get paid. You are not making any money if you are not going to your job. That's the employee section. So no leverage. You have to exchange your time to make income. Now, if you are a self-employed, you own your job, you work for yourself, maybe you're doing your own schedule, you're making you meeting customers, and then you're doing work for them so they can pay you. You own job, but there's no leverage because you have to exchange your time, your knowledge to get paid, to make income, to make money. Same thing as employee section. It's just on left side of this quadrant, and when you are on the left side, you are just getting paid and making linear income. That's where you exchange your time to get paid. Now, where we want to go is on the right side, where you own a business or you are an investor. You invest your money, right? So as a business owner, you have leverage. You can have employees working for you, or you can have a systems working for you. So it could be any type of business. Let's talk about network marketing, where you partner with a company, and as you show the opportunity to other people, they join your team. You have a business partner. They are not your employees, but they work with you and you work together. So you make money off the system you were able to build up with your team. That's one of the way people are using to own businesses. Or you can have local business where you hire employees and people working with you as employees. You're making more because you have a team, you have a system. You don't have to be there to make income, because whatever your employees are producing, you get paid on those hours as well they're putting in your business, right? Now, as an investor, you don't even need to show up anywhere. You have enough money to invest, and your money is making money for you. You can invest in real estate, you can invest on stock market, you can invest in startup businesses. It's up to you. You look around, you will find a way you can invest your money. So your money will be working for you, right? Those are the 4 ways that people are using to make money. Those are systems. Now, if you just have a job, well, you have a limitation, because you have only 24 hours. So there is only so much you can do in 24 hours. But you and me, we know there are people making $1 million a year, and they all have 24 hours. They must have a system. They must have something they are doing that can help them to produce more. Because let's do the number here. Let's say they pay you $100 an hour. And let's say you work 24 hours a day. Times 365 days, you don't even make it $1 million. So just do the numbers. $100 an hour times 24 hours times 365 days in a year. You don't make $1 million in a year. It's less than that. But we know there are people making $1 million a year because they have a system, they own a business, or they are an investor. So that's where I want to teach more people that it's possible to be the business owner step by step. Now, as I told you, for me, I like numbers. And I like numbers, but it's not fancy or any type complicated numbers. Some of you know I'm a CPA, chartered accountant. Actually, for myself, I still have a job. I still in E quadrant. But my job, I love it. I'm making 6 figures a year, which is not bad. But I already doing a transition, being in self-employed, working for myself, building my businesses, because we all want to have multiple of income. And my business is eventually, or now, making money for me that I can invest more. I have some investment, but not enough to say that it gives me a full-time income. But what I'm doing, I want you to see this, because some of you may ask, if you have a job, full-time job, where do you find the time to build a business? Now, let's just do some numbers here. How many hours we have in a week? We all know, right? So let's start for a day. We have 24 hours a day times 7 days a week. It's 168 hours. We all have the same amount of time, right? Now, what do you do in that? You may have a job working 8 hours a day. If you work 5 days a week, we talk about 40 hours for your job. That's okay, right? It's normal. Now, if you have maybe you go to school full time, you put in 8 hours a day for studying, you spending 40 hours, let's say, for your studies. Now, if you have to commute, if you have to commute to go to work, you have to take the bus or drive or in traffic, whatever, you take a bike, whatever you do, a lot of time you have to spend time to get where you have to work. So let's say you're spending 1 hour to go, 1 hour to come back. It's 2 hours a day. It's 5 days in a week. We talk about 10 hours to commute, to go to work. So altogether, 50 hours you have to spend to get an income as an employee. Now, we know we need to sleep. Average people need 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours a day. For me, between 6, 7, I'm okay. So if you need 8 hours to sleep, with 7 days in a week, we talk about 56 hours that you're gonna spend sleeping. You don't know what's going on, you are sleeping, right? And we need those time because that's where you get energy. You have to, to charge your battery so you can get back and go back to work. Now, how many hours left for you? If you take the 168 hours in a week, minus the 50 hours you have to spend at work, and the 56 hours you have to sleep, you are left with 62 hours a week for whatever you want, for your family, your pleasure, entertainment, going out, whatever you want to do, doing sports. You have 62 hours left for you to do whatever you want. Now, the key here is find a way you can find a few hours a day or a few minutes a day so you can work on building your business going in the right quadrant, because that's where we know that everybody working in the right quadrant of the cash flow quadrant, they are maybe less than 5% of population. 95% of population, they are on left side, and 95% of population owns less than 5% of the wealth of this world. But the 5% in the right side, they own 95% of the wealth. So the key is find a way to do a transition so you can be in the right side of the quadrant. Now, this is my recommendation. If you want to change your lifestyle, get something and get something different than what your job can provide you, you need to do something different with your 62 hours that you have. I recommend maybe using 2 hours a day. If you take 2 hours a day, that is 7 days a week. Altogether, we're talking about 14 hours a week that you can use to learn, to start a business for yourself. And I can guarantee you, if you focus and you are consistent with your 14 hours a week working on your business, in 6 months, in a year, you will have a different result, that's for sure. But you gotta be consistent and doing something, and you need to find a system that you want to follow that will help you to get there, right? So following a system to build your own system, that's the key actually, because it's very hard to build a business by yourself. But you can find a system or a program, a training that you can follow, or anybody who already made it can maybe help you out, that can pay you money while you sleep. And Warren Buffett said something I love, I always repeat that. If you don't find a way that you make money while you sleep, you will just die working. That's it. because you are keep working, and everybody who has a job know that you make money, you get salary. I mean, you go to work, they pay you. At the end of the month, you are broke because everything you got pays this bill and nothing left. So what you want is to be able to have a business so you can produce more than you need, so you can help more people. You can maybe get the freedom, free yourself. Now this is very important to understand, that if you're using just 2 hours a day to learn and work on your business, you still have enough time to do whatever it is you want to do. You still have like 48 hours, 62 minus 14, 48 hours to your disposition to do whatever you want, as maybe taking care of your family, your kids, doing sports if you love, relaxing, some entertainment activity you can do, whatever you want. You still have 48 hours for you, but you are putting in 2 hours a day. Now those 2 hours a day, it's just a recommendation, but it doesn't have to be 2 hours a day. Maybe you can put in 1 hour a day, but weekends you put in maybe 5-10 hours in weekends. It doesn't matter. My recommendation is put in minimum 14 hours a week in whatever you want to build. So if you do that, at least you are doing something that will eventually give you back your time, your freedom. Because with your sideline business, your sideline business, you will be able to make even more than your salary your job can pay you. So that's where freedom can start. Now in below this video, there is a free webinar. You can register for yourself and watch the webinar. Once you watch the webinar, you will learn how you can start your online business and build a business on anything you love or any passion you have. That's a free webinar you can watch. At the end of the webinar, there is an offer to buy a program that will help you even faster and learn everything you need in about building an online business. So in the next video, I will cover what are the best websites you can use to build business. So that's it for today. Until next time, make sure you be well, make sure you learn more so you can do more and you can make more so you can help more people around this world. Take care.